The word for today is WERG.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the voice of Gannon College, WERG-FM, Erie.
My name is Chet LaPrice, and I'm the operations manager of WERG Radio here at Gannon University. And I'm proud to be a part of this historic celebration as we look back at the first 50 years of WERG Radio. The voice you heard just before mine was that of Loman Henry, one of the early voices here at what was then Gannon College on WERG back in the early 1970s. And he was reading from a September 22nd, 1972 edition of the Gannon Night and an article entitled Radio, No Longer a Dream. WERG was about to sign on the air. Join me as we take a look back at WERG, the first 50 years, and the way the radio station has operated under a twofold mission since its inception: a learning laboratory for our students and a unique service to the Erie community in which we are licensed to operate. The first step is securing a broadcast license. Father Tom McSweeney.
I put together an initial proposal and I carried it to Dean Lori, and he liked the idea and thought that perhaps a course in television and radio might be well served by having a radio station on campus.
Well, then you need a set of call letters for the radio station. Mark Modlow, WERG's first general manager, explains.
And so we try to try to incorporate the Gannon name in them in some way, shape, or form. It turned out to be the second pick, which is Erie Radio at Gannon.
The late Steve Bowen, legendary voice of Gannon basketball, comments on the unique mission of WERG Radio right from day one.
One of the real keys to WERG throughout the years is the fact that while it was licensed to Gannon University, then Gannon College actually, it's always been a student-operated station. Mark Modlow, the first general manager, Marsha Malinowski was the first news director. In fact, the first program heard on WERG was a half-hour news program.
So all that remained to do was power up that transmitter and turn on that microphone.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the voice of Gannon College, WERG-FM, Erie.
This has been The Gannon Show. Chapter 1, an in-depth...
7:06 with B on a Sunday evening. Nice to have you along. 57 degrees on the outside.
In the fall of 1975, Gannon College was looking for a new faculty advisor for WERG Radio. Steve Bowen comments on what would be the start of a new era.
With the hiring of A.J. Maselli as an instructor in the Department of Communication Arts, he brought some real-life broadcasting structure.
A.J. was very clear from day one of being hired at what he saw as WERG's greatest asset.
The value of this whole radio station is the students involved. If the experience is positive for the students, we've done a good job. If it's negative, or if they're learning things which they will have to unlearn when they get jobs, then we have failed.
In addition to the students who would program and operate the radio station during the week, WERG had several dedicated community volunteers running shows on the weekends, doing some fantastic programming that continues to this day. One of those shows, Super Soul Saturday.
To fill the void in programming to the African American community, myself, Homer Lee Smith, and William Hurd Bill Allen alternated a weekly 3-hour shift. This ultimately grew into the current 33-hour Super Soul Saturday weekend block.
A new antenna on the Nash Library, consistency in station formatics and sound, and a signal that could now be heard throughout the city of Erie and beyond. WERG was poised to head into the 80s with a clear signal and a new position, first on your FM dial at 89.9.
It's Mike Riley, the Zodiac Report. It's Cindy Mack. It's sport. It's Tim Whitcomb. It's People Talk. It's Kathy Thorne. It's cool. It's the WERG-FM Action Night News at 11.
Hosting the hoedown will be the WERG Country Gentlemen.
Jim Griffey, Bob Buman, Mark Anderson, Tony Bonvini, and Loman Henry.
This has been The Gannon Show. Chapter 1, an in-depth look at the making of the Gannon budget for 1976-1977.
11:06 with B on a Sunday evening. Nice to have you.